right now, feel the love and joy in the air as Justin and Meaghan's ceremony begins.
Gray sky, always in your eye. Where is the girl behind the cloud? Gray sky, always floating by, but I only peek when I'm allowed. You welcome me in with your veil that's so thin as the mystery continues to grow. You say you must realize that my gray sky eyes neither rain nor they glow. Now you know. So I'll try to not act so surprised. I'll feel my way. Underplay all my curiosity and hide all the questions in my skin. You welcome me in with your veil that's so thin as the mystery continues to grow. You say you must realize that my gray sky eyes neither rain nor they glow. Now you know they neither rain nor they glow. Now you gray sky. I think I changed my mind. I find no need to pretend. Gray sky, would you allow me to be so into you, my friend? Could you welcome me in with your veil that's so thin as the mystery continues to grow? You say you must realize that my gray sky eyes neither rain nor they glow. Now you know they neither rain nor they glow. Now you know they neither rain nor they glow. Now you know
Everybody, please be seated. Dear family members and friends who are family too, as Meaghan and Justin celebrate their love and happiness today, it is wonderful for them to have all of you here, gathered in one place, surrounding them with your love and happiness. Most of you have traveled some distance to be here and have made sacrifices to do so. They want you to know that they appreciate your presence now and your presence in their lives. And parents, they want you to know how much they appreciate all the help and support that you have given them all their lives, and how happy they are that in joining their families today, they are enjoying their lives today. They are joining their families as well. Meaghan and Justin. The saying, love conquers all, has been around a long time, since the poet Virgil coined it, omnia vincit amor, 2 millennia ago. It has been the title of multiple songs and movies, and it could certainly describe some of the key scenes in your life together. Take, for example, the evening you met. You had agreed to meet at a Korean pastry shop, except that, Meaghan, the address you sent Justin was for a Korean grocery store, where he wandered around for a full hour, rain pouring down outside, arousing employee suspicions that he was casing the joint, and arousing his own qualms that for some reason you had stood him up. It could have been a disaster. Either one of you could have said, oh, just forget it, but you figured it out. And when you got together at the correct pastry shop and started talking and talking and talking, things immediately started to fall into place. Justin, as you were just emerging from the world of law school, it was immediately positively refreshing for you to find that Meaghan was not somebody you'd ever have met there. And she had this air of creativity about her that you hadn't felt in a long time, and you knew that logical, deliberate person as you are, you needed and wanted some of her fly-by-the-seat-of-your-pants attitude in your life. And Meaghan, you really liked how Justin was able to roll with the punches that evening, and how at ease and comfortable with himself he seemed. He was friendly and warm, and soon it felt as though you were talking with someone you had known forever. Fast forward 4 months now to your first trip together. If the evening of your first date was a temporarily unnerving mix-up, this trip started off, in your words, Justin, as an extraordinarily stressful ordeal. You had no idea that getting to the remote Costa Rican town you had planned on going to would involve a full day of driving through pitch-black jungles, often in pouring rain, with virtually non-operational GPS. Suffice it to say, you were not an easygoing, pleasant person to be with that day. But Meaghan took it in stride. What is more, when you let your frustration get the better of you, she didn't hesitate to tell you to knock it off. That got your attention. Never before had you had someone in your life who would call you out when you weren't meeting your own standards. Instead of being the ruinous start to a ruined vacation, it turned out to be an opportunity for you to know deeply how much Meaghan cared for you and how much you loved and appreciated having her in your life. For Meaghan, by this time, you knew for certain that you didn't even want to think about Justin not being in your life. Already, when he wasn't around, you missed him, and you found that even the most boring of times were better when he was at your side. You found yourself going out of your way to do things or make plans for the two of you to do things that you never would have done on your own, just because you knew how much he enjoyed them. Those kinds of discoveries on both of your parts have continued over the past 4 years as your love for each other has deepened. Justin, Meaghan has never met anyone kinder or more generous than you, who will go to such lengths to help those he cares about or forgive those who have hurt him. You continually show your love for her by doing kind and thoughtful things and trying things outside your comfort zone. Even when she whines, which she can do, you will still do things you don't feel like doing just to make her happy. See a movie you don't really want to see, get up and make breakfast on Saturday, go out and get a donut from her favorite shop, or go out and look at art together. As you have grown through her insight and forthrightness, she has changed and matured through your steady presence. She's become calmer, more willing to think things through, and more open to approaching them in new ways. And with your loyalty, she has become more open and trusting. Meaghan, you have stood by Justin through the darkest, most difficult time in his life. Most people would not have been there when he came out the other side. He loves how you stand your ground. Many people give in to his hard-headedness, but you hardly ever do. He admires how you know your own worth. He appreciates how, when you can see in his eyes that he's stressed or tired, pretty often, you go out of your way to fix his lunch, say, or ask how you can reduce the number of things on his plate. He delights in your ability to do things he could never do himself, like break into a song or a show tune and change up the lyrics on the fly to make them about him or your dog or cat. And it is wonderful for him to be able to stop working once in a while to just do something relaxing, like yard work, just the two of you. Both of you love how, so often, you will arrive at the same conclusion, but will have gotten there in your own very different ways. And how now, wherever you go, together or apart, you always accompany each other. Perhaps no one expresses the beauty of that as well as E.E. Cummings. I carry your heart with me. I carry it in my heart. I am never without it. Anywhere I go, you go, my dear. And whatever is done by only me is your doing, my dear. I fear not fate, for you are my fate, my sweet. I want no world, for beautiful you are my world, my true. And it's you are whatever a moon has always meant. And whatever a sun will always sing is you. Here is the deepest secret nobody knows. Here is the root of the root and the bud of the bud and the sky of a tree called life, which grows higher than soul can hope or mind can hide. And this is the wonder that's keeping the stars apart. I carry your heart. I carry it in my heart. So inevitably there was a proposal. It was one more highly stressful scene for you, Justin, where love conquered all. You had it all planned for the day after Valentine's Day so that Meaghan would be sure to be surprised. You rented a house outside Charlottesville, inviting friends to come along to further throw her off track. During the afternoon, the two of you went out on a winter's walk, ring in pocket. But it was just too spooky feeling. You kept coming upon these weird statues all around the grounds. So back you went to the house, where you found to your surprise that you had been joined by more house guests, people you didn't even know, people who became engaged in board games and drinking games and on and on. And then the wind started howling, the snow started blowing, the temperature plunged, the hours passed. But as many here know, when you decide to do something, Justin, there is not a thing on the planet that will stop you. So there you were, in the wee hours, once people had finally gone, scaling a balcony in a blizzard, hanging up lights, setting up letters spelling, "Will you marry me?" Resetting up letters spelling, "Will you marry me?" when Juno knocked them down. And finally, dragging Meaghan outside barefoot in her pajamas and puffy coat, and hearing her, freezing, crying, completely surprised, say, "Yes, yes," before looking at the ring. "Yes," before both of you passed out exhausted 2 minutes later. As love has conquered all in ways big and small, from your very first moments together to these moments now, here you stand, about to promise that love and honesty and kindness and mutual dedication will conquer all as you build your life together from this day forward. Justin, I ask you now, knowing how you will answer, do you choose freely and joyfully to give yourself to Meaghan in marriage, taking her as your wife, becoming her husband?
I do.
And Meaghan, I ask you, knowing how you will answer, do you choose freely and joyfully to give yourself to Justin in marriage, taking him as your husband, becoming his wife?
I do.
You may now exchange your marriage vows.
Justin, I cannot remember a time or a place or the look or the words which laid the foundation that was too long ago. I was in the middle before I knew I had begun to fall for you. My love, I choose a life with you from this day forward, wherever it leads, whatever the outcome. I promise you my friendship, my loyalty, and my heart, to always strive to be my best self when I'm with you. I promise to face challenges with you, to go ahead into all adventures with you, to be there for you when things don't go according to plans, to cheer you up when you're sad, to help you feel better when you are sick. I will listen to you when you speak your mind and try not to interrupt all the time. I promise to help build our dreams and future together, to respect you as your own person, and realize that your interests, desires, and needs are no less important than my own. I vow that I will never stop caring for you as we grow old alongside each other. I will always love you with all that I have to give, completely and forever. I will learn to be content with being happier than I deserve in a lifetime of love with you.
Meaghan, it'll come as a surprise to probably nobody here today that I'm guarded about my emotions. This type of environment is hard for me. In fact, it's difficult for me to imagine anything more uncomfortable. But that said, it's also, I think, the best place for me to answer a question that you've been asking me for years. It's the simple questions that I have the most trouble with. They're the questions that I immediately know the answer to, and I have absolutely no idea how to put that answer into words. Because the answer doesn't involve nuance, it doesn't involve unpacking facts or logic, but more than anything, I know the answer will expose me. It's a single question that, with no effort at all, strikes through a shield that I've spent a lifetime building. And you're the only person who has ever asked it. And now there's a plane flying over. You asked me why I love you. And after a minute, generally, of stumbling and bumbling, trying to find a way to answer that question that doesn't require me to expose my emotions, I tend to take the easy route and give you a joking or a superficial answer. But not today. Today, I vow that I will answer this question anytime you ask me for the rest of my life. I vow that I will tell you that I love your stubbornness. I will tell you that I love that you take every single opportunity to make me feel uncomfortable, whether we're just alone at home or we're with a group of friends, because I need it. I will tell you that when I look into your eyes, for that moment, I forget about all the stress and anxiety that I'm carrying. I'll tell you that our home only feels like a home the second you walk through the door. And I will tell you that you're the only person who has stood by my side, regardless of what I was going through, and you're the only person I would ever want to. And finally, I love that you have, albeit reluctantly, embraced baseball, and football is next. I vow that I will spend a lifetime trying to repay these gifts that I have no business receiving. I'll fall short, probably often, but I vow that I'll never stop trying. And if I'm half the man that I see in your eyes, I think I have a chance.
Joe, please give Justin and Meaghan their rings for each other. Your wedding rings represent the ties that bind you together as husband and wife, partners in life. Round in shape, they signify that your lives are now joined in one unbroken circle. Made of precious metal, they symbolize your enduring commitment to love each other always. Your wedding band, Meaghan, carries these meanings in a very personal way, as it was given to your grandmother, Rita, by your sweet and loving grandfather, Jack, in celebration of their 50th wedding anniversary. Justin, as you convey your commitment to Meaghan by placing it on her finger, please repeat after me. Meaghan, I give you this ring.
Meaghan, I give you this ring.
And with it all that I have.
And with it all that I have.
And all that I am.
And all that I am.
And Meaghan, as you place your ring for Justin on his finger, please repeat after me. Justin, the very first moment I beheld you.
Justin, the very first moment I beheld you.
My heart was irrevocably gone.
My heart was irrevocably gone.
With this ring I give you.
With this ring I give you.
All that I am.
All that I am.
All I have been.
All that I have been.
And all I will become.
And all I will become.
Meaghan and Justin, another poet, has spoken of knowing a love so great that if all the leaves on all the trees were tongues, they could not declare it. May your love be like that for the rest of your days. May you find time and again that love conquers all through a long, healthy, happy life at one another's side. When challenges come, may you meet them strong with the strength of two, wise with the wisdom of two. When joy fills your heart, may it be doubly wonderful because you experience it together. As the two of you are joined by children in addition to your furry ones, may you all experience much fun and fulfillment together. May you always be surrounded, as you are right now, by the love of family and friends. And may the two of you always know the magic of being transported to a world apart, a world where roses bloom, heart to heart. By the love that has brought you to this day, by the beauty and strength of your commitment, and by the vows you have exchanged in the presence of God and all of us gathered here, I now declare you to be united in marriage. And everyone, it is my honor and pleasure and my great joy to present to you this happy married couple. And Justin and Meaghan, for the first time, as husband and wife, you may kiss.
Get out of here.
A horse needs to run, a heart needs to bleed. An engine can't gain the miles if it's kept pristine. If the view of change is constant, just like I've been told, is any backyard the boundless start to all directions unknown. Will I be there? Will I be there when all the stories fade, when I am out of breath? My yoke is, your yoke is, resting on our shoulders and we share the weary load. My yoke is, your yoke. We're just like two aging truckers down the road.